my question to you has to do with preserving the library as an oasis, because there are so few oases left.
Right.
You know, even museums and galleries now are all digitized, and people walk around with their apps. I mean, I'm sure you've been to museums where people are not looking actually at the paintings, they're looking at their app, and you wonder why they left their home. And you rightly are so intent on making sure the libraries are part of the 21st century and beyond, but how do you also preserve that sacred space?
So one of the ways you do that, I think, is you make sure that everyone has inspiring, beautiful space to be in. The main building, the one you all think of, is extraordinary. And people are coming to it and not using our books. The vast majority of people in the main reading room, for instance, don't use our books. So they're there for the inspiring space and the company, right? And we like the idea that if there are half a dozen of them working on the same topic, they should find each other if they want to. But if they just want quiet, that's great. And that's true in the Schomburg Center in Harlem and the Library for Performing Arts at Lincoln Center. And it's true in the neighborhoods, except we have not invested in those neighborhood branch libraries physically. So they are not, in too many instances, inspiring space. We're talking with the mayor about how we can put together $1 billion to fix all the branches, particularly in the poorer neighborhoods, because those folks need the same inspiring spaces that anybody else does. So that's one.
And maybe even before we even move to inspiring, just a quiet space.
Quiet,
you know, even if there is like a cordoned off space.
Right, so one of the things we also did, so this is true confessions, the architectural rage for a while was big open spaces. Yes. But if you want to have educational programs, English language, computer, after school, you need actually to divide up the spaces a bit. So we're readjusting how we think about physicality, but also being more flexible. But the other example I would give you is, without pointing any fingers, I know children who don't use the library very much, right? They don't think they need to. So that scares me. And there is evidence, research that says if you do everything online, you tend to do more superficial. You tend to not retain as much. There are good sides, obviously. There's incredible immediate access, but there are also downsides. And I actually think we need to get at that. So I'll give you an example. At the main building, we have treasures. We have, you should come, I haven't shown this to you, Ariana. We have the only copy in the world of the letter from Christopher Columbus to King Ferdinand in 1492 saying, "I think I found something." Right? Literally, the first letter between the two worlds. We have the Declaration of Independence in Jefferson's hand with his edits, showing what he was forced to change. He had to take a whole paragraph on slavery out of the Declaration. We have the original Bill of Rights that shows it started as 12 amendments and they only got 10, and they got rid of the stupid 2, so democracy worked. All kinds of, we have Winnie the Pooh, the bear, the original bear. I mean, we have all kinds of treasures, and we basically kept them in a vault for 100 years. So we're gonna take them all out of the vault. We're gonna put them on permanent display right off Fifth Avenue for free. And then I hope we're gonna create a 2-block long education space for every high school student in New York and beyond to come, be inspired by the treasures, and then work with the librarians and teachers to understand what a library can do for you, that no screen can do for you. And you know, we are at the moment where we have to do that to make sure that the next generation will appreciate what we all appreciate.